Hi everyone. Whenever I'm on annual leave, I try to take a break from absolutely everything. So I always try and take a break from dieting, from fitness, from exercise, anything that I do by routine that's difficult. I don't always manage it because a lot of stuff I enjoy. It's hard to take a break from something you really enjoy. But when I do, I try and force myself to come out of this routine to stop this momentum that I've been building. It's very difficult sometimes to deal with that, almost the come down, because my routine makes me feel so good. I was literally just thinking now, it's the first time I've done a proper workout session in a good couple of weeks because I've been on leave. And back to it, I just feel so much better. I really can't describe. Basically, the release of endorphins makes you feel happy. But a wider point is something that Jocko Willink talks about. He's the US Navy SEAL commander that led Chris Kyle's unit, the movie American Sniper was based upon. He says that his routine and doing the same thing every single day and keeps him grounded to the extent that if something bad happens to him, 95% of his life is still the same and normal and consistent. So the bad thing kind of gets phased out, smoothed out into the average of the whole week. You're not able to come back to that safe place, that home of your routine. And what happens instead is that one small thing ruins your whole week, ruins your whole month, your whole year. It becomes a big thing. If we're talking about a serious grievance, it's not as simple as that, I appreciate. But even then, it still helps to deal with that, to process that. Regular exercise, not only does it help you to achieve presence, so it takes your mind off of what you're thinking about all the things that are going to happen in the future. It takes your mind off all the things that happened in the past, and you're right here and present, especially if you're actively doing something with a group of people. So if you might not be someone who can easily work out on their own, but you might want to do a group sport, or you might want to go to classes, you can go to simple monthly subscription gyms that offer free classes and things like that. It's not a cost thing in the way that it was maybe 15 years ago or so. Some sort of consistency like that, it gets you to a place where it takes your mind off of it. It puts you through an intense workout. Just now I was thinking, this is so hard that anything hard that's happened to me recently, it just becomes almost silly because I'm going through pain and suffering now, and that's real, so unless you have a serious illness or something like that, it puts a lot of the smaller things into perspective, because you realize that, do you know what, this isn't as bad as what I do every day just to go through an exercise routine. It's really not that big a deal. I can take this, I can process it, and I can go and find sanctity in something else. And I must stress, it doesn't have to be a gym, a routine. It can be martial arts, it can be climbing, it can be football, it can be anything that's physically stressful. And you think about it, it's just a basic requirement of the body to be used. If we sit down all day, it's not a good thing to do. So it's finding something that you can enjoy that challenges you physically. Maybe you're really into chess, or you're into playing cards or something like that, but it's not challenging you physically. It might be challenging you mentally, which is definitely a good thing as well. And I think that's another aspect of your routine, that you should have things that challenge you mentally. Equally, if you have a really good high, you have a really good time, you have an amazing time at something happens really that's really exciting, it again puts it into perspective, because you think, wow, I've got this really big win, this really amazing thing happened, I'm so happy, all this sort of stuff. It allows you to remain stoic. It allows you to remain humble. It keeps you grounded, because you think, no matter how successful I am in life, no matter how many good things happen in life, no matter how big my ego gets, all this sort of stuff, I'm still going to be there in that challenging activity tomorrow. And one of the things I love about martial arts is you go in there and someone just cleans your clock and just completely dominates you, and you think, no matter how many sort of measures of success you may have in your own head that make you think that you're someone special, chances are there's always going to be someone, and you don't have to look far, who's much better than you at martial arts, and they can make you feel weak and vulnerable very easily. Even if you just go to a gym and you talk to an instructor and they show you what to do, what they do, you're not going to have any semblance of what they're able to do. And the best thing about martial arts as well, and not to just make this about martial arts, the instructor's always making themselves better. They're always training. They've always got a teacher. They've always got someone coaching them. So they're always getting better themselves. They don't just get a qualification, get a certificate, and then they start teaching you. They are actively trying to get better themselves, and it's a lifelong pursuit, which is quite unique to martial arts, I think, as opposed to most other physical activities you can partake in. And there's not really a retirement age in many cases. If you're doing mixed martial arts, you can't do that in your 60s, but most martial arts you can participate to some degree at any age, really, just to a lesser extent and less intensively. So in most cases, you've always got someone to look up to think, yeah, I'm no one special. And it really keeps you grounded in that sense. That's the original point. The feeling of constance, the feeling of groundedness, the feeling of never getting too low, too high. You eat what you want, chances are you're going to gravitate towards sugar. Sugar is going to keep you in a constant sort of state of high, but you're constantly seeking the high, like any other drug. So you're coming away from the sense of constance and you have no consistency. You're constantly I always think of trying to keep a volleyball up in the air. You're trying to constantly keep the high going, but you're trying to chase that all the time. So if you follow a diet that keeps that to a reasonable amount, you moderate everything. You enjoy some foods you eat because it's just healthy and you just need to eat it. But try and have a balanced diet that you can sustain for a long time. And then you don't have to go on these big binge cheat days if you're not going to extremes. If you keep everything in moderation, and equally you're not putting on loads of weight and then going, oh, I need to diet, and then you go through this big sort of crash dieting phase and you're going up and down and up and down. So for me, consistency is key. Consistency has been everything in my life that's ever worked for me, that anything I've ever got right. I've achieved some things that I'm proud of, and in every instance I see that as being the result of consistency and not patting myself on the back too hard when I win and not beating myself up too much when I'm low. And I think that's the key. So I just wanted to post this. I know I haven't posted a video in a long time and I'm just putting this out there. A lot of it's been time commitment and the difficulty in shooting videos and actually get them edited and put up. I have kept up my weekly blog post, which was my actual commitment to myself in January 2018. That's still going. I've still been doing that. But the videos themselves, I can't promise that I'll be consistent with them. It's a big time commitment. I'm just shooting this because I just did a workout and thought came to me. Thanks for listening, and I'll see you soon.